I've got here something that's incredibly special. Fat Les.
Fat Les.
Fat Les has been in my family since I can ever remember.
Rebecca Pritchard, the calm, expert eye behind Quest TV's Salvage Hunters, captured hearts with her sharp knowledge, impeccable taste, and steady presence. But behind the scenes, her life took turns the cameras never showed. From long-term professional collaboration and a high-profile marriage to stepping away from the spotlight and building an independent antiques empire, Pritchard's journey is full of twists, resilience, and reinvention. So, what really happened to Rebecca Pritchard? Why did she leave television? And how has she continued to thrive in the world she helped define? This is her story. Building Salvage Hunters. Rebecca Pritchard first became a familiar face to audiences through her long-standing work on Salvage Hunters, the British antiques television series that debuted on Quest in 2011. From the very beginning, she was much more than just a presenter. On screen, she provided crucial insight into the historical and cultural significance of the objects featured, explaining not only how each piece could be restored, but also how its value was determined in today's market. Her thoughtful analysis and calm expertise helped to define the show as an educational, specialist-led program. Setting it apart from typical reality-based antiques shows that focus primarily on drama or competition. Unlike many television personalities whose roles are often created or shaped by the demands of the camera, Rebecca's authority came from real-life experience. Before her television career began, she had already spent years working in the antiques and restoration industries, as well as in property development. This meant that when she appeared on Salvage Hunters, she was bringing genuine hands-on knowledge to every interaction and decision. Her on-screen commentary reflected the same careful judgment, attention to detail, and practical skill she had honed off-camera over many years, giving her credibility and authenticity that resonated with viewers. Rebecca Pritchard's influence on Salvage Hunters went far beyond simply presenting antiques on camera. She played an active and critical role behind the scenes, carefully assessing each item's condition, restoration potential, and historical significance. Her expertise guided decisions about which pieces were worth acquiring, ensuring that every purchase, restoration, and eventual sale was handled with precision and respect for its provenance. This thoughtful approach brought authenticity and credibility to the show, helping it stand out from typical entertainment-focused programs. By combining specialist knowledge with clear explanations for viewers, Rebecca fostered trust and appreciation, creating a delicate balance between education, insight, and the excitement of antique hunting. Over the years, Rebecca Pritchard was a constant and trusted presence on Salvage Hunters and its spin-off, Salvage Hunters, The Restorers. Although no official tally of her appearances has been published, industry records confirm that she contributed steadily across multiple seasons, often serving as the backbone of the program alongside Drew Pritchard. Her calm expertise and thoughtful analysis brought continuity and credibility to the show, giving viewers a familiar, authoritative guide amidst the fast-paced, adventurous world of antique hunting. This balance between insight and excitement helped the series grow in popularity and earned Rebecca lasting recognition among fans and collectors alike. Through her decade-plus involvement, Rebecca Pritchard became recognized not just as a television personality, but as a true professional whose knowledge and judgment shaped the show in ways that went far beyond the screen. Her work ensured that Salvage Hunters was more than just a series about buying and selling antiques. It became a show that celebrated the history, craftsmanship, and stories behind every piece. Rebecca's consistent presence helped give Salvage Hunters continuity and credibility. while also expanding its audience. But was she able to give her marriage the same stability? What unfolded in her marital journey, and what role did she play in it? Now, let's explore Rebecca and Drew Pritchard's personal and professional journey. A partnership beyond the spotlight. Rebecca Pritchard and Drew Pritchard shared more than just a professional interest in antiques. They were partners in life for over 2 decades. Their paths first crossed through their mutual involvement in the antiques trade, a world where expertise, trust, and attention to detail are everything. Over the years, they not only built successful businesses but also a family together, raising 2 children while navigating the challenges and rewards of working closely in related fields, such as antiques dealing, restoration, and property development. Their shared passion for antiques and design laid the foundation for both their personal and professional lives, creating a partnership that was as much about collaboration as it was about companionship. After years of building a shared life and a successful career, it became publicly known in 2017 that Rebecca and Drew Pritchard had decided to part ways. Despite the public interest surrounding their roles on Salvage Hunters, both maintained a remarkable level of discretion, keeping the details of their separation private. Court records list the reason as irreconcilable differences, a common legal classification in divorce proceedings, while reputable sources confirm the timing without revealing personal specifics. Their careful handling of the situation reflects a strong commitment to protecting their family's privacy, shielding their children and personal lives from media scrutiny. Even amid widespread public attention, they prioritized professionalism, dignity, and respect above all. Interestingly, the conclusion of their marriage did not bring an immediate halt to their professional collaboration. Rebecca continued to appear on Salvage Hunters for several seasons following the divorce, a fact corroborated by broadcast records. Her ongoing involvement reflects a deliberate effort to maintain professional standards and continuity, even in the midst of significant personal change. The distinction between personal and professional spheres allowed both Rebecca and Drew to continue contributing to the show's success without publicly addressing the challenges behind the scenes. Although fans often speculated about the behind-the-scenes dynamics between Rebecca and Drew during this transitional period, neither has shared detailed insight into how they balance their personal changes with their professional responsibilities. What remains evident, however, is their unwavering professionalism and commitment to the show. Despite the challenges of managing a major life shift while working closely together, they ensured that Salvage Hunters continued to deliver the same high-quality antiques discoveries, expert evaluations, and engaging storytelling that audiences had come to expect. Their dedication allowed the program to maintain both credibility and entertainment value throughout the seasons. Ultimately, the story of Rebecca and Drew Pritchard illustrates the complexity of balancing private life with a public-facing career. Even after their marriage ended, they navigated a way to honor their shared professional commitments, ensuring that the program remained consistent while protecting their personal boundaries. It is a testament to their mutual respect and the strength of a partnership that was built on both shared passion and practical collaboration. Rebecca was able to maintain her presence on Salvage Hunters. However, the same cannot be said for her marriage. Did she become a sworn enemy of her husband after their separation? Or did they both manage to remain professional despite the split? Let's find out. Caught in the public eye. In 2017, the same year that Rebecca and Drew Pritchard's divorce became public, the UK media reported on a legal incident involving Drew at a pub in Conwy, North Wales. According to court records and contemporaneous news coverage, the event involved an altercation between Drew and another individual. The other party was found guilty of common assault and was issued a fine, confirming the legal outcome. Beyond these formal proceedings, no additional official details were released, and Rebecca Pritchard was not implicated in any way. She neither faced accusations nor participated in legal proceedings related to the incident. Local and national media covered the event at the time, providing straightforward accounts based on court documentation. While such coverage inevitably drew public attention, it is important to distinguish between confirmed facts and online speculation. Verified sources consistently report only the basic circumstances, the court judgment, and the fine imposed. Any commentary or interpretation circulating on social media or in unofficial forums should be regarded as secondary speculation rather than verified information. For Rebecca, the timing of these reports coincided with a significant personal transition. The end of a long-term marriage, coupled with public attention on her former spouse, could have made the period particularly challenging. Yet, there is no verified indication that Rebecca's professional life or legal standing was affected. Her continued work on Salvage Hunters after 2017 demonstrates that she maintained a clear distinction between personal and professional responsibilities. The program's broadcasts, industry records, and her ongoing career activities all indicate that she remained engaged in her specialist role, independent of the media coverage surrounding the incident. The 2017 Conwy incident also illustrates a wider truth about public life. Being linked to a well-known television personality can draw intense attention, even if one is not directly involved in the events. In Rebecca Pritchard's case, she remained entirely outside the legal proceedings, choosing instead to concentrate on her professional responsibilities and expertise. This approach demonstrated careful judgment and a commitment to maintaining her reputation. By staying focused on her work in the antiques trade and on television, Rebecca managed to protect her personal privacy while continuing to perform at the highest professional standards, showing resilience and discretion under scrutiny. Ultimately, the verified details of this incident are limited to formal court documentation and contemporaneous media reporting. While online discussions and social media commentary have expanded the narrative in various ways, these sources remain unconfirmed. The facts establish the occurrence, the legal outcome, and Rebecca's lack of involvement, offering a clear, factual context for understanding this moment in the public record without relying on conjecture. Rebecca remained visible on the screen even after her divorce from Drew, the co-host of Salvage Hunters. But how long could they continue their professional journey after the collapse of their personal relationship? Let's uncover the details. A graceful departure. In 2024, Rebecca Pritchard officially announced that she would no longer be appearing regularly on Salvage Hunters, bringing to a close more than a decade of on-screen involvement. Her departure was shared through a short, recorded message in which she expressed heartfelt gratitude to viewers, reflecting fondly on her years with the program and the many experiences that had shaped her time on camera. The message was warm and professional, emphasizing appreciation for both the audience and the opportunity to work on a show that had become a staple of British antiques television. Quest TV followed with a formal statement acknowledging Rebecca's long-standing contribution to the series. The network praised her expertise, professionalism, and dedication, highlighting how her presence had helped shape the show's identity over the years. Fans and colleagues alike expressed admiration for her role, noting the calm authority and insight she brought to every episode. Despite the lack of a traditional farewell episode, the recognition from the network and viewers alike underscored the impact she had made during her tenure. Importantly, there were no reports of conflict with the production team or the network, and Rebecca did not publicly cite any personal disagreements or professional disputes as reasons for stepping back. Her explanation remained broad and positive, simply referencing a desire to dedicate more time to other work, personal projects, and aspects of life outside of regular television filming. In doing so, she framed her exit not as an ending, but as a transition, a move toward new opportunities and professional independence. Rebecca Pritchard's departure marked the end of a long and celebrated chapter on Salvage Hunters, but it did not mean she was leaving the antiques world behind. Instead, she redirected her energy toward independent ventures, restoration projects, and client-focused work, fully applying the expertise she had honed over years in the trade. Stepping away from the camera gave her the freedom to control every aspect of her work, from discovering rare, unique pieces to assessing their historical value and restoring them to perfection. For collectors, designers, and enthusiasts alike, Rebecca continued shaping the world of antiques with precision and passion. In many ways, her exit reflected a deliberate and thoughtful choice, a professional evolution rather than a dramatic farewell. By leaving television on her own terms, Rebecca preserved her reputation, maintained her independence, and continued to pursue the work that had always defined her career. For fans and followers, her transition served as a reminder that expertise and passion for antiques are not confined to the screen, and that stepping away from public visibility can sometimes open the door to even greater focus, freedom, and creative opportunity. Rebecca finally left Salvage Hunters in 2024, honorably and without any drama or personal attacks on her former husband. But what will she be remembered for after her departure? What exceptional contributions did she make to the program? Now, let's unravel how Rebecca Pritchard quietly shaped every decision on Salvage Hunters. Behind-the-scenes genius. At first glance, Salvage Hunters seems all about fast deals, thrilling finds, and the rush of uncovering hidden treasures. But the true heart of the show's credibility and enduring appeal often happened quietly, behind the scenes. Rebecca Pritchard was far more than a supporting presenter. She was the show's decorative antiques expert and valuation authority. With her calm expertise and sharp eye, she guided critical decisions on every piece, assessing authenticity, restoration potential, and market value. Her behind-the-scenes influence shaped the program's success, making each discovery meaningful and ensuring the show remained trusted and respected. Rebecca's role extended well beyond reacting to the finds that made the screen. She meticulously assessed each object's authenticity, historical significance, and potential for restoration. Her careful evaluation helped determine whether a piece was commercially viable or practically worth pursuing. Often, her judgment decided whether a purchase should even be made, weighing factors such as restoration cost, rarity, and resale potential. In a world where appearances can be deceptive, Rebecca's expertise ensured the show maintained credibility with both collectors and casual viewers alike. The success of Salvage Hunters relied heavily on the unique balance between its co-hosts. Drew Pritchard brought energy, instinct, and fast-paced negotiation skills, charging headfirst into deals and discoveries. In contrast, Rebecca Pritchard provided careful analysis, deep market knowledge, and a measured, thoughtful approach. Together, they captured the true essence of antiques dealing, a delicate blend of adventure and caution, spontaneity and strategy. Her presence ensured that risky acquisitions were guided by expertise, turning potential gambles into smart, well-informed decisions that gave the show both credibility and substance. Over time, as Rebecca's on-screen appearances became less frequent, attentive viewers began to notice a subtle shift in tone. The show leaned more heavily on the excitement of rapid acquisitions and dramatic discoveries, while the steady, evaluative voice she provided became less visible. Her absence on camera, however, did not mean her expertise had disappeared. Far from it. Rebecca continued to operate independently as a decorative antiques dealer and researcher, sourcing unique items for private clients and interior designers. Her work remained deeply rooted in real-world business rather than television spectacle. Seen in this context, Rebecca's exit from regular filming takes on a new significance. She did not disappear from the antiques world, nor was her expertise diminished. Rather, she chose to step away from the camera to focus fully on the work that had always defined her. Thoughtful evaluation, deep specialist knowledge, and meticulous judgment. Her impact remained, quietly shaping the industry even without television's spotlight. Ultimately, what happened was not a dramatic collapse or sudden retreat, but a deliberate return to substance over spotlight. Rebecca Pritchard's story reminds viewers that the most significant influence is often the one behind the scenes, shaping outcomes with expertise that goes unnoticed but is felt in every decision. Rebecca's vital role in Salvage Hunters cannot be underestimated, and her departure was deeply felt. But how did she navigate life after leaving the show? Did she carve out a new niche for herself, or retreat into seclusion, disappearing from public view? Now let's uncover Rebecca Pritchard's independent journey in antiques and restoration, building her own legacy. After stepping away from Salvage Hunters, Rebecca Pritchard returned to the world she knows best, the antiques trade, pursuing her work independently with renewed focus. She operates under her own business, Find by Rebecca Pritchard, a venture dedicated to decorative and architectural antiques. Through this enterprise, she sources, restores, and sells a wide variety of reclaimed materials, from period flooring and ornate lighting to wrought ironwork and other historic architectural features. Every piece reflects her meticulous attention to detail, expert eye for quality, and deep appreciation for history, qualities that made her a trusted authority on television and continue to define her reputation today. Rebecca's work is not confined to a single locale. She remains a prominent figure on the UK antiques circuit, attending long-established fairs and exhibitions that attract interior designers, renovators, trade buyers, and collectors alike. Her stands are known for their professional presentation, carefully curated selections, and well-documented provenance. In addition, Rebecca continues to source items directly from Europe, particularly France and Belgium, maintaining a practice she began well before her television career. From dawn visits to brocante and flea markets to hands-on selection of pieces for restoration, her European trips demonstrate the same dedication and expertise that viewers admired during her time on screen. Alongside her antiques work, Rebecca remains active in property renovation and management, a discipline she has long pursued. Publicly available information confirms her involvement in projects across Wales and England, focusing on restoration and preservation rather than replacement. Her approach emphasizes historical integrity, ensuring that period homes and buildings retain their character while adapting to modern use. From sourcing architectural elements to overseeing contractors and managing logistics, she remains hands-on in every project. Rebecca keeps these ventures low profile, choosing discretion over publicity, and does not publicly disclose financial details. Today, Rebecca Pritchard lives in England, leading a fully independent professional life while maintaining a carefully guarded private life. She avoids public speculation about her relationships, appearance, or personal matters, choosing instead to let her work speak for itself. Verified sources describe her as energetic, focused, and deeply committed to her craft. demonstrating that stepping away from television has not diminished her influence in the antiques and restoration world. Balancing multiple ventures, from sourcing and restoring architectural antiques to managing property projects, Rebecca continues to make her mark quietly but powerfully on her own terms. Rebecca Pritchard's journey after leaving Salvage Hunters reflects a conscious and carefully considered evolution. By stepping away from the public spotlight, she reclaimed full control over her professional life, choosing to follow her passions on her own terms rather than for television. Her ongoing work in antiques, restoration, and property projects demonstrates a deep commitment to authenticity, precision, and the preservation of historical craftsmanship. Through this independent path, she has not only maintained her expertise, but also strengthened her reputation for integrity and professionalism. In doing so, Rebecca has built a legacy that goes far beyond her television appearances, rooted in skill, dedication, and a lifelong devotion to the trades she knows best. So, what do you think about Rebecca Pritchard? Could she have achieved even greater fame if she stayed on Salvage Hunters? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.